She has risen. She has fully opened her heart.
Hi, this is Ayushi and I'm back with another episode of Unplugged with Masters.
In this lifetime, as you are born as a woman, completely embrace it.
She knows her power and has stepped into it. She will not conform or placement. She is wild, playful and free. She lives with passion and creativity. She knows who she is. She is wisdom. She is magic. She is pure love. She is beautiful. She is divine feminine and she is unstoppable. Grand Pyramid Master from UK. One who is helping thousands of women to accept their feminine side. An inspiration for men. A pillar of strength for women. The only name that echoes with Divine Feminine Sangha, Pranahitha.
So it is very important for a person to be happy on this planet Earth. So once they understand their purpose and once they go according to their purpose, they'll be happy every moment of their life.
Who is channeling wisdom to empower women to accept and awaken the divine feminine.
Pranahitha is a pyramid master who channels light language, a gifted clairvoyant, certified life coach and certified mindfulness coach. Hi, this is Ayushi and I'm back with another episode of Unplugged with Masters. Pranahitha empowers individuals to get practical results through angels communication, EFT, mindfulness, past life regressions and many more to handle the physical and the emotional issues. She is currently channeling wisdom to empower women to accept and awaken the divine feminine in the woman and founded the Divine Feminine Sangha. You know, all these words right from angel communication to EFT and many more is very new to me, and I hope that it would be a new concept for all of you. So today we'll be in conversation knowing all these unheard, untold things, Mrs. Pranahitha's journeys and stories. So Pranahitha started practicing pyramid meditation since the year 2004. She was working as a manager for a reputed IT company in UK until 2017 April. She got connected to the Astral Masters and started receiving messages from different astral worlds. She also created and conducted unique, intense silence meditation retreats from 2009 onwards and lead workshops on various topics across the world. Now let's welcome the founder of Divine Feminine Sangha, who helped thousands of women to accept their feminine side. So today we'll be in conversation with Mrs. Pranahitha. Thank you so much for coming down, ma'am.
Thank you, Aishi.
Thank you for giving your valuable time. So let's get in conversation with her. The very first question or the very first thing that I want to know over here is your meditation journey. How did you get introduced to it and when did you start meditating?
In 2004, my brother Prabodh, he introduced me into this pyramid meditation. We both went to Sai Baba temple near Kukatpalli, and there was a session, a free session going on. So we just went inside and they told how to do meditation. Just sit cross-legged and clasp your hands, close your eyes and observe your breath. It was very simple. So I just started my journey from there and I did not look back from then.
The next thing that I want to know over here is that whenever we say Divine Feminine Sangha, the only name that echoes is Prana. So I wanted to know your thought process behind it, that how did you, start this Divine Feminine Sangha for all the women out there?
I was hearing Patriji once, he was talking about Buddha's wife, Yashodhara. Yashodhara, she created a Sangha for women, where women can share their ideas together and there's just a listening space, because mostly women need that listening space. So after listening to that particular sentence, immediately I got this idea to create a Sangha. When I was talking with Patriji over the phone, I shared this idea and he agreed. He encouraged me to start this Sangha, and immediately I started this Divine Feminine Sangha. Now more than 5,000 women across the world are connected together, and there are so many sessions that happens in Divine Feminine Sangha YouTube channel.
Can you give a little insight about what happens in the workshops of Divine Feminine Sangha? How do you empower all the women out there with this thought process?
Mainly Divine Feminine Sangha is about accepting the Divine Feminine inside each and every person. It's not just women, but every person has both Divine Feminine and Divine Masculine qualities. So this is mainly about the Divine Feminine side, where it is more about love, caring, nurturing, so all these things. Now what I feel is, particularly in this time on the planet Earth, the divine consciousness is evolving and it has to raise more and more. So every person, if they get connected to their Divine Feminine side, the whole of this planet Earth will be more loving, more, everyone will be more happy. So based on that idea, I created this Sangha. And also for women, every month they go through the period cycle. So, but most of the women, they don't accept their periods, though we are all born from the same egg, but every month a woman rejects her period. Oh, I got my period again. This is what the first thing that she feels. So instead of that, once they start accepting their womanhood, because this is also a representation of their womanhood, from there the creation starts. From that egg, every creation starts. Every baby grows from there. Every baby's creation starts from there. So once they accept this, they can completely transform their lives. All their physical health challenges and emotional health challenges can be transformed just by accepting their feminine side. So this is the idea behind it, and we do a lot of workshop based on this for menstrual health and infertility issues. And after attending these sessions and accepting the feminine side, so they are now completely accepting their periods, and they have gotten rid of all the PCOD, PCOS, overbleeding and infertility issues and all the gynec issues.
Wow, that's amazing actually. In one of your interviews, I have heard you saying that you have seen Astral Masters. You have also connected to the astral planes. So for me, being in this, it is little, new to know about all of this Astral Masters, astral planes. So can you just, make me understand a little about it, your experiences, your journey, and what exactly it is?
So initially, on the very first day of my meditation, as I was just mentioning, I did my first meditation in Sai Baba temple. So within 5 minutes, I clearly saw Sai Baba in front of me, and it was very clear, more clear than this physical reality. So even I couldn't believe myself, because I never knew all these things. I was in my engineering and I had the scientific temper. So even I didn't know all of these things. But on that day, I experienced it. So from then on, I started researching as well. It's not just about seeing and experiencing, but also I was trying to understand what was happening. So it is, in simple words, in this frequency, I'm seeing you and you are seeing me, and we are able to hear each other. In the same way, in other frequencies, we can connect to the other beings, other astral beings. Very simple, as in a radio station. If you are tuned to 98.3, we will be hearing one station. If you are tuned to other station, we can hear other things. In the same way, in meditation, we can get tuned to other frequencies. So it is very simple, as we are tuning the radio or changing the channel of a TV. So in that way, in our meditations, we can get connected to other frequencies where we will be able to clearly see or hear other masters based on our abilities. Like every person has different abilities, like clairvoyance, clairsentience, so where people can see or hear or feel. So depending on these senses, they can clearly communicate with the astral beings.
So how was your first experience with getting connected to the Astral Masters? Because you being a normal person and then getting connected to the Astral Masters, so how was your experience with it?
It was amazing. I mean, initially I couldn't believe what was happening. When the teacher there, she asked everyone if anyone has any experiences. I couldn't even share my experiences. I thought everyone will laugh at me. So, but after that, when I spoke with the teachers privately, so she told me that these experiences are very common, and from then on, whenever I sit in meditation, I used to get such experiences. There were so many experiences. Even if I look at Buddha's picture, immediately in the next meditation, Buddha used to come and take me to different astral worlds. In the same way, many astral masters, they used to take me to different astral worlds. So it was beautiful in my meditation. I used to enjoy those experiences, but once I come out of meditation, my mind started questioning, is this true, or is it just me who is creating all this drama, all these fantasies? So all these questions were there. So once when I met Patric sir for the first time, I asked him all the questions, and especially about this astral travel and seeing all the masters in meditation. So I asked him whether it is all true or is it just my mind that is creating. So he looked into my eyes deeply. He might have just stayed for a few seconds, but it felt as if he stayed for hours. But finally he told me that you already got all these experiences in your past lives, and as you started your meditation journey in this lifetime, you started recollecting all of them. So in that way he just answered me, and from then on I started accepting whatever that is happening with me.
The next thing that comes up in my mind is that you are a mother of a beautiful child. You have always encouraged all the parents out there to practice spiritual practicing. So I just want you to throw a light on this, that how important spiritual parenting is from the normal parenting that usually parents do.
So most of the times what happens with normal parents is they try to impose their thoughts. The main thing that we have to understand is kids come through us, but we are not the owners. So we just have to facilitate them to grow on this planet Earth. So we just have to encourage them, support them, be there for them. Whatever that they want to do, whatever is their purpose of life, we have to encourage that. Instead of, if I want to become a doctor, but I couldn't become a doctor because of whatever is the reason. So what usually parents do is they try to push it onto their kids. So we should not do that. We should encourage whatever that they want to do, because every person has a soul purpose. So we have to just encourage and support them to choose their own purpose of life. So as a parent, we have to encourage them to clearly understand and remember their purpose of life and to walk accordingly. That is very, very important.
How do you differentiate between both the parenting style?
As a spiritual parent, once you understand the spiritual side, once you understand that every person has a soul and every person has a life purpose, definitely you will clearly understand, try to understand the child. Whatever that they are doing, you will encourage them instead of imposing your own ideas onto them. So you will clearly understand and encourage them whatever that they are doing. Even if they are into dance or into music or whatever that they are doing, you will try to encourage them instead of imposing your own ideas onto them.
So basically what parents do is, according to my circle, they always impose, get into engineering or get into this medical field.
Exactly.
So for them this would be a great message that, you need to just leave over your child whatever, feel that they want to choose or whatever they want to practice.
Yes, exactly. Because I do a lot of counselings to people. So even in their 40s, they are not happy, they are not satisfied. So when we go to their inner child, or when you go into life between lives, when they understand their life purpose, so their life purpose is completely different. Their life purpose may be to become a scientist or maybe to become a dancer and to get experience from that in this lifetime. But because of their parents, because of their imposing their own ideas onto them, they have become some engineer or some doctor, but they are not at all satisfied in their life. So it is very, very important, because as a person, it is very important for us to be satisfied. It is not just about the career, or it is not about just money making. We are not money making machines. Right. And so it is very important for a person to be happy on this planet Earth. Right. So once they understand their purpose and once they go according to their purpose, they'll be happy every moment of their life.
Now that you have spoken about this, what is that one strong message that you want to give to all the parents out there who impose this career things, or who stress out their child by thinking about the society, by thinking about the generations that they have been following?
It is very important for every parent to understand their child and not to impose or every time think about their career or how they can make money. Instead, they always have to ensure that how they can make their kids happy and be satisfied all their life.
Now that this is an Unplugged series, we usually unplug all the unheard, untold stories and journeys. So here I want to listen to your unheard stories that nobody has known till now. Your experiences, your journeys, or let that be your stories.
Once in my meditation, I got this message from Astral Masters saying that now I have access to happy worlds and love worlds, and they gave me the stick, like a magic stick. So they told me that I have this healing stick and I can heal anything and anyone. So I did not believe that actually. So I thought I'll just experiment it. And the next day I had this toothache. So very severe toothache, and suddenly I remembered the magic stick that was given to me the previous day. So I thought I'll just give it a try, and I sat in meditation and I invited that magic stick, the healing stick again, and I healed my toothache. Just within few seconds the toothache was gone.
Oh my God.
It was amazing. And also I wanted to experiment the love worlds and the happy worlds, because I could clearly feel the difference between the love worlds and happy worlds. I went there on that day, but they told me very clearly that now you have access to these worlds and you can take anyone with you to these worlds. So that is what I got the message. Then I thought, okay, let me just try that. And just within that week, I went somewhere to take a session in Hyderabad. So there I guided everyone to go into the happy worlds first and then to the love worlds. And at the end of the session I asked everyone, and everyone was so happy. They could clearly see the difference of energies between the happy worlds and love worlds, and they all connected to both of the worlds. So this was an experiment that I did after getting the message. So it was amazing. And once in a while, whenever I remember it, I usually guide people to go into these two worlds sometimes.
That's actually an amazing story. Whenever we talk about all of this, that we go into astral planes, or sometimes we are over here, but sometimes we are also present at a different kind of place. When we say all of this, there are many people who do not believe. So is it really happening, or these things really exist? If they exist, then how do we implement that we are sometimes over here and sometimes we are in another city or at another place?
As per my experience, a few years ago, I had a very intense feeling of eating an apple and a mango, but exactly at the same time. It's not like after apple the mango or after mango the apple, but I want to eat them exactly at the same time. I want to experience both the tastes at the same time. And it was so intense. So I did not understand what exactly was happening. I clearly knew that, okay, it is something like a parallel worlds, or parallelly I want to experience both of them. So I met Patriji and I spoke with him about this, and he did not clearly give me any answer. But immediately after I shared my experience with him, I came back and I was sleeping. So then I could very clearly see my physical body is here, and there was another body which is there in another world, and I'm experiencing that. It's not a dream world, because dreams are different, because I had many dreams and many dream experiences, but this experience was very, very clear that I am parallelly in this world and I am parallelly in another place and experiencing that, and exactly I am experiencing my physical body here which is sleeping here, at the same time I was experiencing that. And then I read this book by Richard Bach, ONE1, and it's an amazing book on parallel lives. So even after reading that, I had few experiences of parallel lives where I was here but I could clearly able to communicate with my parallel selves. So it was amazing. It's really a great subject that I really love, because that is the only book I read twice.
You know, knowing your experiences, I'm getting goosebumps, because for me this is the first time that I'm listening to such experiences, such journeys, you know, because before I did not know about all of this, Astral Masters, astral planes, you know, being in a parallel kind of world. So for me this is a very new type of, you know, experience. Any other stories or any other unheard things that you want to share?
Just to add on to that, because as I'm talking about this, I just remembered one thing and you exactly asked me. So few years ago, Balakrishna sir, he was counseling me, and at that time I didn't know anything about this parallel selves or higher self or anything of this sort. So in my meditation, I clearly saw my higher self and my overselves, and I'm here and all my parallel selves are on the other side. So there was a very clear communication between my higher self and overselves and all my parallel self. It was a very clear picture and I could see all of them very clearly. So it was an amazing experience, because it is as if you are meeting your family members after a long time, after many years or many decades. So it is more intense than that, because it's just not our physical family members, but it is our parallel selves, but they are all our family. We receive information from all of them. It's because all these parallel selves are there in different worlds, and our higher self, it connects to all these selves and it takes information from all of them. And at the same time, if we are conscious, we can connect to everyone and we can receive information from all of them. So it was amazing experience for me.
I have also heard that you empower people with angel communication, EFT, mindfulness, past life regression and many more. So can you just give an insight about it?
So about angel communication, after I moved to London in 2011, I think around 2012, in the middle of a night, I started feeling a cool breeze on my forehead. And I thought maybe the window is open. I just opened my eyes to shut down the window, but the window was already closed. I could still feel that cool breeze on my forehead. And I heard this voice, "I am Blue Dot Angel and I have come to help you," very clearly. And that was the first time I heard Astral Masters or Angel's voice, because till then I was able to communicate astrally. It was clairsentience, it was a feeling, or clairvoyance where I could see them. But this time it was a very clear voice. So for a moment I was scared, but then again I thought, okay, it's angel communication and I have to be open. So I started communicating with that angel and she started talking with me. And she helped me in many areas of my life, not only work life, personal life, many areas of my life. And from then on, many other angels, different type of angels, they started communicating with me directly.
So how does it help, empowering the other people also through this angel communication?
After I got these experiences, I shared all these experiences with Patriji when he was in London. And he told me to share all these experiences with everyone. So then I started traveling across the world and sharing my experiences of angels and guiding people into meditation where they can connect with angels. And amazingly, if there are 100 people, at least 80 to 90% of the people, they were able to connect with angels just in 10 minutes of meditation. they can clearly see the difference between normal meditation and connecting with the angels. And when I shared with them how they can invite angels into their life so that angels can help them, there are hundreds of testimonials that are there where they connected with angels and they got some help from angels.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah,
actually.
and even I feel so happy because it's not just about our wisdom. Whatever that we get, we have to share. That is what I have learned from Patriji, and I'm always grateful to Master Patriji.
The next thing that I wanted to know over here is that when you moved to London in the year 2011, that also wasn't your thought, it was, you know, a message that you got. There's some story behind you moving from India to London, so can you just share about it?
So after getting married in 2010, I had my visa to UK few years before my marriage. So I was thinking to travel, but somehow in my meditation I got a message to travel after my marriage. And after my marriage, just within few months, I went to Patriji and I told him that I want to travel to UK. I told to Patriji about this idea of moving to England, and he invited me onto the stage. There was about 200 or 300 people, class was going on, and he invited me onto the stage and he told me that we are transferring Pranahitha to London. So he invited me onto the stage and he told that we are transferring Pranahitha to England, and he made everyone clap, and everyone told that okay, we are transferring you to England. So very clearly I was thinking why he was particularly mentioning about England, because I told him UK. It was just there in my mind, but after moving to UK, in 3 months there was only one job posted, and that job was in Scotland, in my area. That was the only job posted in my area. So I work on Ariba, so that's the only job posted, and I got my job in Scotland. But it is there inside me why Patriji particularly told me to transfer to England. So just within 1 month I got transferred to England. So from then on we are living in England now for more than 10 years.
After your engineering, you joined many private firms, and then now you're channeling your wisdom through this Divine Feminine Sangha. So how does it feel from working in a private firm now to channelizing and empowering women?
It feels completely different, because as a software engineer, you were working under someone and there were some tight deadlines and everything. So that life was completely different. When I look back, I think, is it me or is it someone else? So sometimes I just feel that. So of course, even I know about the walk-in experience that I had. So maybe that walk-in experience, it is very clearly differentiating between my old life and my new life. But the channeling and all, whatever that I am doing now, I feel this is my purpose of life. I feel more satisfied or more content. At that time when I was a software engineer, though I was working late hours, or though I was working may not be exactly for money, but I was not really contented. I was not completely satisfied. There was something else that I wanted to do, something else that I wanted to share it with people. So, but when I am here, whatever that I am doing now, I feel more contented and satisfied, as if this is my purpose of life.
So everything or every moment is connected to some kind of message that you got from the Astral Masters or from the great masters, right? So after you moved to UK, was any hindrance in your meditation journey? Did you continue meditation, or you were at a halt for some time because of moving from India to UK?
After moving to UK, I was in job search. For more than 3 months, I did not get my job. So exactly after 3 months, I got my job. And in between, I called Patric sir once. So when I spoke with Patriji over the phone, and I was talking about my job, he told me that you did not go there to work. So job will automatically find you. You went there for some other purpose. You went there to teach meditation. So just focus on that. That is what he told me. And then I was never ever bothered about my job. I was completely focused on teaching meditation, how I can connect with other people and how I can teach meditation. So as I was doing this, automatically, as I mentioned, there was only one job posted in the 3 months, and I got that job automatically. It was amazing. It was miraculously I got that job, and me and my husband, we started teaching meditation there. So we used to even go to temples, and we used to go to different crowded places, and we used to give pamphlets over there. So it was a completely different experience on the road, and wherever we see people, we used to give them pamphlets, and whoever is interested in meditation, we used to teach them. We used to invite them to our house, and we used to give them nice food. So sometimes people used to ask us, you're giving nice food and you're teaching meditation for free. Is there any catch? But after listening to the meditation experiences and everything, so most of them, they transformed. So in this way, we got connected to Manavata family through one of our pyramid masters, Rajashekar. So we got connected to Manavata family, where they invite more than 200 families every year, and they teach about health and harmonious living. So they invited us to teach about meditation there. So I went there and I taught meditation there, and from then on, every year they invite us to teach meditation. So in 2012, when we went there for the first time, many of them, they got connected to the simple technique of Anapanasati, because for a lot of people, meditation is very difficult. They think that it is to start with in the later stages of life. But after we shared our own experience of meditation, many people were impressed. Some of them who were software engineers, they were going through a lot of stress, and especially some women, they were not able to balance their personal life, family life and their career. So once they started this meditation, they could clearly see the difference. So they requested me to do everyday sessions. So from 2012 onwards, we are doing everyday sessions till now. So initially it started on Skype, and then on FCC, and then Zoom, and now PMC UK, and now the team has grown a lot. So now we have hundreds of people there. So all over UK, they connect through Zoom, and we do meditation sessions, and we teach different topics.
You just said that when you got to know that Patriji said that you are in UK for a purpose, and when you started, spreading meditation, distributing pamphlets, how was the response that you got from the people of UK?
So to be frank, initially they were not receiving very well, and especially even we were not very sure if it is okay to just go into the crowd and give the pamphlets or not. So we had some hindrances. Some people were telling us not to give in front of the temples, you are not allowed to give any pamphlets here. So there were some challenges, but in spite of that, we carried on with our work. So we even hired some students who are good at giving these pamphlets, and we got some help from these students in giving the information to more and more people. So in that way, initially we got connected to more and more people. So but most of the times, if we give hundreds of pamphlets, only 3 or 4 people would turn up. So initially it was the case, but again, when we spoke with Patriji about this, he told us, whatever work that you are doing, just do it without expecting any result. Just whenever possible, we just have to sow that seed, and when that right time comes, automatically that seed will grow into a plant or a tree. So because every seed is different. For example, the bamboo tree, if we sow that seed, it will take a long time for the bamboo tree to come out. So in the same way, it's just about, we are giving those pamphlets. If they are reading it, automatically that seed will be sown to them. They will know about that meditation. So maybe in their later part of life, whenever their soul calls them, or whenever they feel that calling, automatically they will get connected. So as our responsibility, we have just sown those seeds, and now we can clearly see a lot of plants and trees grow now. So a lot of people are now into meditation in UK.
How was your experience when you first did your meditation under a pyramid?
We were living in Vivekananda Nagar, Kukatpalli then, and we got to know one day that one of the masters there, they got this pyramid. I think it was a 4x4 pyramid, as far as I remember, so that 4 people can sit under that pyramid. And I wanted to go there, so that I wanted to sit under that pyramid and experience it, because till then we were just hearing about the pyramid energy, but we haven't tried that. So the session was at like around 5 o'clock or something, so we went 1 hour before. By then already people were sitting under that pyramid, so I could not get a chance to sit under the pyramid, so I just sat beside the pyramid, and just after few minutes my astral body went into that pyramid, and I was sitting under the pyramid in between them. Just for few seconds I sat there, and then from there my astral body traveled to Egypt pyramid. From there my causal body released and it went to causal worlds, and from there supracausal body released and went to supracausal worlds. So it was a beautiful experience. That was the first time my astral, I could clearly sense and feel my astral body. I just heard about this, but it was the first experience, and it was a beautiful experience. And after many years I actually visited Egypt physically, so then I realized that it was exactly the same that I saw a few years ago in my astral travel.
Oh my God. Okay. You know, knowing about your experiences, knowing about your journey, one more thing I got to know about you is that you were a quite curious person, that you wanted to experiment and experience each and everything, that how these things are actually happening in real. Was it that way?
Exactly, because in my life so many things happened, so many experiences. People call it as siddhis maybe. So many things happened to me. But I always had this scientific temper. So maybe because of Patriji's teachings, or I don't know, but I always had this scientific temper as well. So whatever experiences that I get, I also experiment it. Is it true? I ask for more and more signals. Even with the angels, I used to ask for more and more signals. So I used to ask literally, like, if you are here, just move the tree. Just like that. Or just move this. And everything, literally they used to move, or everything, whatever I ask, it used to happen. So only after experiencing them many times I used to believe them.
Okay.
And I used to experiment it on other people as well, because it's not just about me. So if they are real, if it is happening, then it has to happen for everyone. So in the same way, when I share my experiences and when I guide people, they can also clearly experience angels or whatever, the astral masters, or different energies. So yes, I do experiment as well.
At every step of your life, or at every moment, you have taken a step with the guidance of Patri sir. Through this platform, how do you want to show your gratitude to Patri sir?
I'm always grateful to Patri sir. So he was guiding me from 2004 in this physical life, but I don't know from how many lifetimes he has been guiding me. But I'm really lucky. I think all the pyramid masters are really lucky to have him as our teacher. So he's so down to earth, and he always says that your breath is your guru, I am not your guru. So it just clearly shows how down to earth he is, because we see so many gurus across the world, and they always want to appreciate them, and always they say that they are all my followers, my disciples. But Patri sir, he says you are all my friends, and we can clearly easily approach him, unlike many other gurus. So he's just like a friend. So whenever I need anything, he's always available. And for even when I wanted to choose my partner, he was there. I asked him for his guidance. Even during my childbirth, he called me just 3 days before, and he hinted me clearly that my baby is going to come out in the next 3 days. So he has been guiding me all my life. That is what I feel. And how much ever I say thanks to him, it is not enough. So my wholehearted gratitude to him.
Knowing about your journeys, knowing about so many new things that I have never come across, Astral Masters, let that be, astral planes, angels communication, these all concepts that I got to know over here is a new type of experience for me, a new learning basically. So before we wind up this conversation, ma'am, as you are channeling your wisdom, you are empowering so many women out there. So what is that one strong message that you want to give to all the women out there in the society?
I want all the women to accept their feminine side, because in this lifetime we are in this woman's body. In many other lifetimes we may be in different bodies, we might have experienced different things, but in this lifetime, as you are born as a woman, completely embrace it and accept your womanhood, accept your feminine side, so that you can enjoy each and every moment of your life. That is a strong message that I want to give to all the women across the world, because once you embrace your womanhood, once you embrace your feminine side, it is not just about your transformation, but the whole planet Earth's consciousness will go to the next level. So the divine feminine consciousness of the planet Earth will rise to the next level. Thank you all so much.
That was really a strong message to all the women. I hope that they get inspired through this episode and they also join your Divine Feminine Sangha to know their inner self, to embrace their inner self more. So thank you so much for coming down to our studio today, ma'am.
Thank you, Ayushi. Thank you so much for having me with you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. So we were in conversation with Mrs. Pranahitha today in this episode of Unplugged with Master. Stay tuned to PMC English for more updates.